When I was still at the church, it was like, this was like after I had lost like a bunch of weight, and like I started losing weight by eating vegetarian. Like I had went off meat and was really just eating mostly just vegetables, and then I like grew into like pescatarian stuff, eating some fish and stuff like that. And of course I just grew from there. But for the most part I was eating vegetarian, and then I got sick, right? Like I got real bad sick in my stomach after a year of like tests and like colonoscopies and EGDs, which is the scope that they put down your chest, put down your throat and look into your esophagus, your stomach and stuff. And then of course the colonoscopy, they go up the other way. And sometimes I have both of them done at the same time. So they was from the rooter to the tutor, okay? But after so many months of that, it was like a year of that, they finally realized. They was like, okay, is it colitis? Is it IBS or IBD? Is it like, y'all, it was like so many things. I have a hernia already. Like I have a hernia right about here. And so that's one thing that was like also getting real agitated and stuff by whatever was going on in my digestive system. And so I started losing even more weight. It was like faster than I anticipated losing it. And I wasn't losing it in a healthy way because I was sick, right? So I looked sick. I didn't just look, okay, I'm just slimming down, losing weight, getting healthy. No, child, I was looking sick, okay? Yeah, so one time in church, it was like all of us like together, meaning like most of the regulars, like old heads in the congregation and stuff like that, people who had been in the church for a long time. It wasn't really a whole lot of new people, but we was like all leaving church at the same time. And that was one thing that my father used to make us do, is he was like, we all need to leave at the same time. He made it seem like it was a safety thing, but really it was more control, because he didn't want us to just be like talking amongst ourselves and like fellowshipping and all of that stuff. Like I know now that it was because he didn't want us being on one accord with each other. He didn't want us being close. He didn't want us like developing friendships and anything like that. And he definitely didn't want us talking about him or anything that was happening in church, anything that we would improve, anything that we would change, any grievances that we had. We couldn't talk amongst ourselves for that stuff. So every time after church, he would have my uncle, who passed away since then, Uncle George, he would tell him to shut the lights down. So they would turn the lights down at the breaker box, y'all, turn the lights off. He would like shut the whole thing down. So it wasn't like you could just stay in there and just be like, we'll leave later, I got a key, whatever, and I'll lock up on my way out. No, you couldn't even just stay in the parking lot. No, child. No, everybody has to leave at the same time. It was one of them times he had shut down the breaker box. Everybody was like making their way towards the door, everybody together. And this man actually said to me, he was like, he looked at me, looked me up and down. He was like, you gonna gain all that weight back? I was like, oh, he's a hater. Oh, my own father. Y'all, and then to say that in front of everybody, oh, you gonna gain that weight back. Oh, you dirty thing. No kind of encouragement or nothing. Like, you done. I know you've been sick and it wasn't how you wanted it to happen, but you look good, or keep it up. No type of words of encouragement, nothing, y'all. You gonna gain all that weight back. I was like, oh. You low down. You are low down. That wasn't the only thing he did, y'all. It was like other things he would say and do that was like, would objectify me. Like in front of people too. So it wasn't like, it was like already awkward exchange and wrong. Like he would do it in front of people. So then it was like also embarrassing. I had a comeback for it. I came back with something. Maybe I think I said something like, you just think that because that's what happened to you. Like this was because you can't keep the weight off. Like, why would you say that to me? Like, why would you do that? Why would you even say that in front of everybody? It wouldn't even, you could understand like if somebody just says it like out of concern. Okay, make sure, you know, you're doing what you can to maintain it, to keep it off. Like, it was nothing like that, y'all. He was like, nah. It was straight hater. You could hear the hate in his voice. You could hear like the jealousy, the little like who she thinks she is type of thing. And it's just, you just wouldn't even expect that type of energy to come from any parent of yours, but you definitely wouldn't expect it to come from your father. I'm a whole woman. Like, how are you jealous of me? How are you hating on me? How are you, you know what I mean? What is your motive here? You know what I'm saying? What is your intention? What are you trying to do? But yeah.